Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So recently I shared with you my unboxing and review video for the all-new Xbox Series X. And in that video, one of my chief complaints was that the controllers were battery operated and not rechargeable. So recently, I just went out and bought this dual charging station kit from PowerA, which not only allows me to upgrade my controllers to rechargeable batteries, but also gives me the ability to charge them as well. So stay tuned and we'll unbox and review this dual charging station from PowerA to see how it works. So I ended up finding and buying this little handy dandy accessory at Walmart for around $24 during one of my recent trips when I was running all over town trying to find a PlayStation 5. Now to date, I'm still unsuccessful in that endeavor. However, I did end up walking away with this device. So this dual charging station is an answer to my previous concerns when I unboxed the Xbox Series X, which you can find a link to in the cards above. Not only will it allow me to convert my battery-powered controllers to rechargeable ones, saving me money in the future, but it could also potentially be a better and more organized way for me to store my controllers. Now looking at the packaging, you'll notice that this is designed for both the previous Xbox One as well as the new Xbox Series X controllers, which makes sense since the controllers are virtually the same. It looks like it has a pretty cool design and can easily hold two controllers. Now on the right side of the box, it gives you a pretty good idea of what comes in the package, and by the looks of it, it comes with two batteries for two controllers, which is nice and great when I buy a second controller. And on the back of the box, it gives you a better view of both the accessories and the base station itself. So what's cool is you get 4 doors, so I guess that means if one breaks, you have backups if needed. With the charging plate, the contacts. I'll just go ahead and store this one for future need, for future usage, since I only have one battery, since I only have one controller. And I'll go ahead and store this for future use since I only have one controller. Comes with your AC adapter, and then it comes with the base station itself. So the contacts, the power. You got your plug for your power and then a cord management. It's got rubber feet so it doesn't slip around. And this is made up of plastic material. And for now, I'll probably only need one door. So I'll go ahead and put these other doors back. Now installation of the battery is probably fairly easy to figure out. Probably just need to remove the battery door, remove the original batteries, and then place the rechargeable battery in the controller itself. Deciding which way it goes is probably not as easy. And the instructions are not that clear as well, so I guess we're going to have to do this trial by error. I'm going to assume that the ends with the positive and negative sign are the ones that go towards the positive and negative sign in the controller itself, because that's how the original batteries were. So I'm going to just place them in there and see if it works. Now it's important to make sure that the charging contact is facing outwards. And what I just realized by reading the instructions is that it doesn't actually come with 4 doors for optional use just in case one breaks. In fact, 2 of the doors are labeled B and then 2 of the doors are labeled A. Now according to the instructions, the door labeled A are for the Xbox One and the doors labeled B are for the Xbox Series X. But let's just take a look and see if they're interchangeable. So A is for Xbox One. So let's see if I can use that on the Xbox Series X. So Looks like you have to use the ones labeled B if you're using it for the Xbox Series X. So I guess there is a difference between the controllers from a size perspective. So again, for your Xbox Series X controllers, you need to use the door that's labeled with a B. And it seems to fit much better. So if you'll notice, the door is on and the contact is facing outwards. And then we'll put the controller on the base itself to begin charging. And notice it does not start charging until you actually press the base down. And I do like that you can charge each controller individually, aside from just charging both at the same time. You can either press both down, or you can press just one of them down to start charging. But once you press it down, so the way you can tell it's charging is by the LED indicator on the bottom. Amber means that it's charging, and when it's done charging, it'll turn white. And we know it's working because if you press down on the other end with no controller attached, you'll see the LED does not come on. Now, when it comes to the charging station, you can buy it in either of the two available colors, either black or white. In my case, I bought the black one to match my Xbox. Now, when installing the battery, I did notice that the battery door that came with the base station only had one notch, compared to the original Xbox battery cover, which has 3. Now, I don't know if that poses any issues in securing the battery, but the door does seem to be pretty secure and snug on the back of the controller itself. It took roughly about 3 hours to fully charge the battery, and according to the box, the 1100 milliamp hour battery should last up to 40 hours before needing to recharge it, which is about the same time that my standard AA batteries last. But in my tests over the past couple of weeks, I did get mixed results. In some cases, it lasted around 40 hours, and then in other cases, it drained much faster than that. So I'm not exactly sure what caused that discrepancy in time, but it's something that I'm going to keep an eye on. From a design standpoint, the base station is nice to look at and has a pretty cool layout. It's not at all an eyesore. And when charging, you do need to make sure that the contacts are touching or the controller won't charge. And you can tell if it's charging or not if the LED is blinking amber or not even lit up at all. So in the end, what do I think about this dual charging station? Well, for the price, I think it's great. It's actually one of the more cheaper solutions and it seems to work well for me. And probably the best reason to buy this is you can save money and don't have to keep replacing and buying new batteries. The design is nice and not at all intrusive, but when it comes to the battery and charging, I'm a little bit concerned about the discrepancy in the uptime on a full charge. So that is definitely something that I'm going to keep an eye on as I continue to use the device. Other than that, again, I think it's great for the price, and if you want one for yourself, I'll go ahead and leave a link to it in the comments section below. So as usual, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and found it helpful, please support me by clicking that like button below and subscribing. Leave me a comment and please ring that bell icon so you can get notified when I post new content. Until next time, see ya.